Hi guys, so for those of you that have requested that I make a video on how I mix for a Dutch pour compared to a dirty pour with floetrol paint and paint added and also water, I am going to show you the consistency that I use, and there's really no stable amount that I use per each. So I'm going to show you how I do it with a couple of different size cups. So I have the floetrol. And I have some pantyhose that I bought from Walmart for like $2 for the whole container. And I put a rubber band on the pantyhose after I put it on the top of the floetrol. That way, if there's any clumps or anything like that, you don't got to worry about that getting into your paint. So I believe this cup size is like a 5-ounce cup. It's either 4 or 5 ounces. Alright, so I have basically almost filled this entire cup up. Alright, so I'm going to take some paint and I'm just going to pour some in here. Now, you don't need a ton of paint for this, okay? And even if your color looks a little off after you mix it in with the floetrol and it doesn't look exact, it's fine. Like, I can promise you it's going to be fine. It'll still look like the actual color it is after you pour it. So I'm going to mix this up. You see the pink? Okay, so this is good for a dirty pour painting. All you need is the floetrol and the paint. Alright. You don't have to add water. If you want a different kind of cell reactor, or you want some type of cell reactor, I mean, water and floetrol, the water added into it isn't going to make too much of a difference, but say I'm just being overly cautious, so I'm going to put a dab in there. And I want to make sure that I do have some cells that are going to show up in my dirty pour painting. I would still use this. See how it's not running off of my stick? This is what you want for a dirty pour painting. And like I said, the water would just be kind of like an extra helpful cell reactor. Because I have done this before with just the floetrol and just the paint, and it's came out more solid than what it has with any cells. Okay, now we're going to go over to our Dutch pour paint. So we're just going to add some more water to this. Stir it up. So you could add a little bit more water to that. It's still a little bit much, but it's starting to get a little bit runnier. Now, once it starts to get too runny, which, I mean, you'll pretty much be able to tell if you put too much water in this. Because once this stuff just starts flooding off, you don't want that. Alright, there we go. This is what I would be looking for with my consistency for a Dutch pour painting. How it's still running off, steady stream, it's not overflowing fast. I would definitely use this for a Dutch pour. Now, the other thing too with the Dutch pour to watch for is that you don't have to use a lot of paint depending on what you're doing. So I'll show you one of mine that I used a little bit more than what I would have, but it still turned out pretty cool. And that would be this one. This is the Blue Lagoon. This is what I have it listed for right now on Etsy. And me show you one of my other, actually let me show you what happens whenever you have a painting sitting on an unlevel table. So this is my painting that sat on an unlevel table, and it still looks cool, I think, but it looked a lot better before that happened. So that's how I mix my stuff for my dirty pour compared to my Dutch pour. I also use this really cool tool that's up here that I have. And we had actually 3D printed this. I'm going to be making a video on one of these. It's got 4 holes on the side. And I'm not very good at taking care of it, so I usually wait till the next day to actually clean it out. But it has 4 holes that come out on the side. Or if you take your bottom base off, there's 4 holes on the bottom, and then you'll have 4 holes on the side, and you can just hold it up there, which it's in modification process. We'll talk more about that later. But I do hope that the video helped. And the floetrol, the best place to buy it that I have found so far is Menards, because it's like $11 at Menards. And you can order online pickup compared to going to Amazon. You'll be paying like $24 for one of these containers off of Amazon, whenever you could have bought it for $11 at your local Menards. All right, guys, I will see you later. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Thanks.